Days Gone is an upcoming action survival open world zombie shooter being developed by Sony Bend Studios. The game was first announced at Sony's E3 2016 press conference, and since then, we've seen quite some mixed reactions. On one hand, there are many people extremely hyped for this game where they think that it could turn out to be one of Sony's next big IPs. On the other hand, there are others that see Days Gone as just another typical generic zombie game. So where do I fall in this category? Well, I definitely see potential in Days Gone, as the game is looking to have an interesting story, fun gameplay elements, and the possibility of surviving against hundreds of freakers all at the same time. However, just judging from the gameplay demo we saw at E3, there are quite some noticeable flaws, and the game does look far from finished. Now, don't get me wrong, Days Gone is one of my most anticipated games for the upcoming years and will no doubt be a day one purchase when the game comes out. But that doesn't mean I'm not worried for this game, because I definitely am. The reasons for this will be discussed here in this video, so without further ado, let's take a look at 3 reasons why you shouldn't get too hyped for Days Gone. Starting off with the most noticeable reason would be the lack of experience. See, the last game that Bend Studios made was Uncharted Golden Abyss on the PS Vita all the way back in 2011. Now obviously, I'm not saying that a team with little experience can't make a great game, because we've clearly seen it in the past. But the thing that has me worried is that Sony Bend is a much smaller studio compared to a studio like Naughty Dog, Guerrilla Games, or even Sony Santa Monica. On top of this, Days Gone will be their most ambitious game to date, outdoing anything they've ever created before. Add the fact that they've had to start and scrap multiple games within the release of Uncharted Golden Abyss up until now, and the combination sounds horrific. Now, it's been quite some time since we've seen Days Gone. The last time we saw the game was in September at the PS4 Pro reveal for no more than a few seconds. Prior to that, we saw a short teaser and a gameplay demo when the game was first announced at E3 2016. I'm sure they've made lots of progress since then, but the game just looked nowhere near completion the last time we saw it. The game looked extremely rough on the edges, with terrible sound effects, blurry textures, and frame drops that had me worried about having so many things in the world happening all at once. To sum it all up, Days Gone was easily one of the least impressive showings at Sony's conference, with all the big games such as God of War, Death Stranding, Spider-Man, Detroit Become Human, Horizon Zero Dawn, and much more. With E3 2017 coming up in just 2 months, I'm really hoping that we can see more of Days Gone to reassure me of these problems. Many people think that Days Gone has the potential to be something amazing, and while I definitely don't want to cut the game short by any means, I think that a lot of people are setting their hopes up too high. This doesn't mean that I think the game will be bad, just that I don't think it will be the next Uncharted or The Last of Us. The reason I say this is because the game seems to be a combination of many things we've already seen in the past, and if I have to be completely honest, I'm getting tired of seeing so many zombie games this generation. Of course, I can say this about many things, because if everything was absolutely original, we'd have a lot less of everything, whether it be books, movies, TV shows, games, you name it. If a certain game takes elements from another and implements it into their game to make it better, then I'm okay with it. But with Days Gone, what we've seen so far really doesn't have me too interested and doesn't look all that special. I'm hoping that my opinion on the game will change sometime in the future, but for now, I'd recommend that you don't get too hyped for Days Gone. Thanks a lot for watching my 3 reasons why you shouldn't get too hyped for Days Gone. Of course, everything I said was all in my own opinion, so if you have your own, make sure to leave it down below in the comments. Please leave a like to help support the channel, and consider subscribing if you haven't already. And for now, I'd like to thank you a lot for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.